Have you ever set your alarm for 5 a.m. with big plans, only to press snooze and wake up at 8 a.m., filled with guilt? Maybe you've read that successful people wake up early. You may have tried once, twice, even 10 times, but you always fall back into your old habits. You tell yourself, I'm just not a morning person. I need my sleep. But what if I told you that the first hour of your day holds the power to change your entire life? What if the story of one man could prove that your destiny is decided before the sun even rises? This is the story of a man who had nothing, until 5 a.m. became his secret weapon. Stay with me until the end, because this might be the wake-up call you've been waiting for. In a small industrial town, where factories hummed day and night, lived a 32-year-old man named Thomas. He worked as a night security guard in a textile warehouse. Every evening at 8 p.m., he arrived at the warehouse gate. Every morning at 6 a.m., exhausted and drained, he returned home to sleep. His salary was barely enough. He lived in a small one-room apartment, with a broken fan, a mattress on the floor, and a single flickering light bulb. His clothes were worn. His shoes had holes. But more than poverty, Thomas suffered from something deeper. He felt trapped. Every morning, as he walked home through the sleeping city, he saw the lives of others through their windows. Families eating breakfast, children preparing for school, men in clean shirts heading to their offices. And Thomas would think, is this going to be my life forever? He had tried to change. He applied for better jobs, but with only a high school diploma, every door closed. He wanted to learn new skills, but after working all night, he was too tired to do anything except sleep. His mother, who lived in the countryside, called him once a week. Thomas, my son, when will your life get better? I'm getting older. I want to see you succeed before I die. Thomas forced his voice to sound cheerful. Soon, Mom, soon. I'm working on it. But the truth was, he wasn't making progress, because he didn't know how. He worked hard, but in a life that was going nowhere. Every morning, as he collapsed into bed around 7 a.m., to sleep until 4 p.m., he felt like he was living backwards. The world moved forward. While he slept, one thought kept returning to his mind. There must be another way. But which way? One cold morning in November, just before he left work, Thomas's phone rang. It was his sister. Thomas, you need to come home. Mom has fallen. She's in the hospital. His heart stopped. He took the first bus. A 3-hour journey. That felt like an eternity. At the small rural clinic, his mother lay there, weak, but conscious. The doctor said she had fainted. From exhaustion and stress. She needed rest, better food, and medication. That Thomas couldn't afford. His mother held his hand. Thomas, I don't have much time left. Please, my son, don't waste your life, like I wasted mine. Find a way. Promise me. Thomas sat beside her bed. Long after she had fallen asleep, he looked at her wrinkled hands, hands that had worked in the fields 4 decades, just like he worked every night, both struggling, but going nowhere. Something inside him broke. Not sadness, but anger. Anger at his helplessness. He walked outside the clinic, into the darkness of early morning. It was 5 a.m. The village was asleep, but a few farmers were already heading to their fields. Birds began to sing. The air was cool, fresh, and in that moment, standing in the silence of dawn, Thomas made a decision. No more. He whispered, I will not live like this anymore. No matter what it takes. I will find a way. On the bus ride back, he noticed a well-dressed man, reading a book. It was Mr. Chen, a successful businessman. What shocked Thomas was the time. 6 a.m. A rich man, on an ordinary bus. Thomas gathered his courage. Excuse me, sir. Why are you on this bus so early? Mr. Chen smiled. Because I wake up at 4:30 every morning. I use this time to read, think, and plan my day. But don't you need sleep? I sleep at 9 p.m. 7.5 hours. Is enough. Mr. Chen looked at Thomas. You work nights? Yes. As a security guard. And when do you sleep? From 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mr. Chen nodded slowly. So you're awake when the world sleeps, and asleep when the world works. No wonder you feel stuck. He leaned slightly closer. Young man, let me give you a secret. The hours between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. are magical. That is where you can build the life you want. Thomas frowned. But how? I work until 6 a.m. Mr. Chen replied calmly. Then change your sleep schedule. Sleep at 6:30 a.m. Wake up at 11:30 a.m. 5 hours of sleep is enough to survive. Then live your real life when the world is awake. Mr. Chen handed him a card. If you are serious, call me. I will show you what to do with those morning hours, but only if you are truly serious. Thomas made himself a promise. I will do it. The next day, Thomas met Mr. Chen in a small cafe. You really changed your schedule? Yes. Mr. Chen smiled. Good. Most people talk. You acted. Now I will teach you what to do. He drew a house on a piece of paper. The hours from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. are your time to build your foundation. 2 hours a day equals 730 hours per year. That is equal to 91 full working days. In 1 year, you gain 3 extra months that most people waste sleeping. Thomas's eyes widened. Here is the system. Mr. Chen continued. First hour, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. Build skills. Learn something that will change your financial situation. Online courses. A language. A trade. YouTube has everything you need. Second hour, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Build your body and mind. 30 minutes of exercise. 30 minutes of reading. Or planning. Then he added 3 rules. Rule number 1. No negotiation. You wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Rule number 2. Sleep at 9 p.m. Rule number 3. The first week will be hell. After 21 days, it becomes normal. After 90 days, it becomes who you are. I give you 3 months. After 3 months, come back and see me. If you truly did the work, I will help you. The next morning, the alarm screamed. At 5 a.m., every part of his body protested. But he remembered his mother's face and Mr. Chen's challenge. He stood up. The first week was torture. He dragged himself out of bed, sat at his table, with his phone, watching free tutorials about Excel. His eyes burned, but he did not stop. At 6 a.m., he walked for 30 minutes, then read about accounting. Around day 20, something changed. Thomas woke up at 4:58 a.m. Before the alarm. His body had adapted. The Excel tutorials started to make sense. His morning walks became enjoyable. By the end of the second month, Thomas had completed 3 online courses. He had lost weight. His mind was sharper. His confidence was growing. By the third month, Thomas created an Excel sheet to organize the warehouse inventory. His supervisor was impressed. How did you learn this? Thomas replied, I wake up at 5 a.m. and teach myself. The news reached the owner. On the 87th day, his supervisor called him. Thomas, we are expanding our accounting department. We need someone who understands our operations and has accounting skills. The position is yours. Day shift. Double salary. Thomas stood there, speechless. 3 months ago, he was just a security guard. Now, he was being offered an office job. When do I start? Next Monday. That evening, he called Mr. Chen. I did it. 90 days. and I got promoted. Mr. Chen replied proudly. Step 1. Tonight, set your alarm. 4:05 a.m. Place your phone on the other side of the room. Step 2. Decide what you will build during your first hour. Only one thing. And commit for 90 days. Step 3. Protect your bedtime. At 9 p.m. Forget Netflix. Forget endless scrolling. I promise you, if you do this for 90 days, your life will not be the same. Maybe you will not become a millionaire, but you will become a different person, stronger, more disciplined, more capable, and that person can achieve anything. Thomas had nothing. You have more. You are watching this video. You have internet, education, opportunity. The only question is, will you use them? Or will you press snooze tomorrow and wonder in 5 years why nothing changed? If you are ready to join the 5 a.m. club, click like now as a commitment. Then leave a comment and tell me, what will you build during your first hour tomorrow? Let us stay accountable to each other. Share this video with someone who says they want to change but never acts. And subscribe, because every week I bring you strategies to transform your life. Remember the words of Thomas. Success is a daily practice, and that practice begins tomorrow at 5 a.m. Will you be awake? Your future self is waiting on the other side of that alarm. Do not make it wait one more day.